Hi guys, welcome back to Talk with Danara.
And Mark.
And today, you guys, we have a very exciting topic for you, which we know is helpful and useful.
Mhm.
As you guys remember from one of our videos on academic words, conflict means a serious disagreement between two or more people. So listen to this story about Martin and Sarah. Sarah regularly cleaned out the fridge in the break room. One day, she throws out Martin's leftover lunch by accident. The next day, Martin sees his food is missing and gets mad at Sarah. She tells Martin that he had to mark his food. After the conversation, they both feel angry. Sarah feels underappreciated for the work she does to clean the office, and Martin feels that no one respects his personal belongings.
Hmm.
What would you do if you were Sarah? What about Martin? What would you do if you were Martin? Would you walk away? Would you raise your voice? Or would you try to resolve it? Mark, what do you do when you have a conflict at work?
Well, I used to walk away and sometimes I would even raise my voice. But now I try to resolve the conflict.
Hmm,
And that's the topic for today's video, conflict resolution.
yes. Conflict resolution is the art of addressing disagreements and finding a way to work together peacefully. But conflict resolution is not a one-way street. You also need to listen. And one of the conflict resolution skills is active listening. What is active listening? Have you ever heard this before? Active listening is the ability to focus completely on a speaker, understand their message, analyze the information, and respond carefully. Like this. So Mark and I will pretend that we're Sarah and Martin, and we'll demonstrate active listening. Okay? Sorry, Martin, it was an accident. If I don't see any name on the food container, I throw it out. I have to clean out the fridge. Otherwise, people will start leaving their food everywhere. And that will attract roaches and rodents. You understand, don't you?
Mm-hmm. So what you're saying is you want everyone to write their name on their food container.
Mm-hmm.
I see. That makes sense.
So how did Sarah and Martin show that they were actively listening to each other? There are two types of active listening techniques, verbal and nonverbal. So, verbal active listening techniques. First is summarizing. Summarize the main point or points of the message the speaker shared to show you fully understand their meaning. Begin with, so what you're saying is, this will also give the speaker an opportunity to clarify their message. Example. So what you're saying is you want everyone to write their name on their food container. Another one is using short verbal continuers. Short, positive statements will help the other person feel more comfortable and know that you understand their problem. Small verbal continuers help you continue the conversation without interrupting the other person. For example, I understand. I see. Yes, that makes sense. I agree. Mm-hmm. And uh-huh. And also tag questions. For example, don't you? And that is the grammar for today. Tag questions. Now the nonverbal active listening techniques, like smiling, nodding, and maintaining eye contact.
Mhm.
Okay, Marky, take it away.
Yes, so as Dinara mentioned, the grammar for today is tag questions. Tag questions you can think of as questions that are added on to the end of a sentence, and they're in the form of a yes/no question. Okay, so tag questions can be two different forms. They can be with rising intonation or with falling intonation. Intonation means the rising of your voice or the falling of your voice. Right? So if you are using rising intonation, you are looking for agreement. You want someone to agree with you. If you use falling intonation, you're stating something obvious, something that everyone will agree with. And tag questions can either be a positive statement with a negative tag or a negative statement with positive tag. Let's look a little more closely at those. A positive statement is just a regular sentence with no negation. A negative tag is a question that has negation in it. So for example, the weather's great today, isn't it? Isn't it is our negative tag because we have the negation there. Another example is, he helped organize our office, didn't he? You'll notice that I used rising intonation for both of those, right? So I was looking for some agreement. We also have a negative statement with a positive tag. So here, the negation is in the first part of the sentence. For example, she didn't mean to throw out his lunch, did she? Or, he's not going to be late, is he? Did I use rising intonation or falling intonation? I hope you said falling intonation. If not, go back and listen one more time. So now let's try practicing some of these tag questions. We have some sentences for you, but there's something missing. So we need your help to complete them. For example, he threw out her lunch. He. We're missing something. Do you know what it is? He threw out her lunch, didn't he? We have a positive statement with a negative tag. For the rest of the sentences on your screen, please complete them, and you can pause the video now if you need more time. We'll go over the answers once you're done. Okay, now that you've finished, here are the answers. Did you get everything correct? If not, as always, go back and see what you can fix. And one more practice for you. Practice is always good for you. We have some statements that have something wrong with them. There's an error, one error in each one. So for example, she hates that. Does she? What's the error here? The error is that we have a positive statement with a positive tag. We need a negative tag. So it should be, she hates that, doesn't she? Right? So take another few minutes to complete the rest of the error correction sentences, and then we'll go over the answers. Lastly, here are the answers. One more time, if you didn't get everything correct, that's okay. Just go back and see if you can try it one more time. What's next, Dinara?
Okay, Marky. We have another scenario. This time is about Eli and Connor. Connor and Eli got a new project. Connor already has a lot of work to do, and Eli has more availability. Connor thinks that Eli will spend more time doing the project, so he misses a few meetings and doesn't complete the tasks. But Eli doesn't know about Connor's busy situation, so he thinks that Connor is just being lazy. Eli begins to complain about Connor in the office, and Connor hears these complaints, which makes him angry. So now we're going to pretend that we're Connor and Eli. Okay. Sorry, Eli. I got snowed under the other assignments that the boss gave us. I just need a few more days to complete them. And then I will have more time to concentrate on our project. You know, I always keep my promises, don't you?
Yes, I do. So what you're saying is you need a few more days to finish your other assignments before you start working on our project.
Mm-hmm. I promise. I just need a few more days.
I see. All right. But if you don't finish your other projects by next week, I will have to find another project partner. Miss Bloom needs it as soon as possible. You understand, don't you?
Yes, that makes sense. Okay, so we've used all of the skills that we learned today, right? The verbal and nonverbal techniques. Now it's your turn. So your task is to finish the dialogue between Connor and Eli. But we started the dialogue for you, so you just have to continue it.
Mm-hmm.
So Connor says, sorry, Eli, I didn't know that you were waiting for me to help you because I thought that you were doing well on this project without me. I just need another day to work on my other project and then I can help you with your project. You know, I always keep my promises, don't you? And then Eli has to summarize what Connor said, right? And begin with, so what you're saying is, and then Connor has to confirm and use a short verbal continuer.
Mm-hmm.
And then Eli will finish it up by using a short verbal continuer.
And don't forget to post your dialogue on our social media pages. We're so excited to read them and give you some feedback.
Yes, our Facebook page is down below.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you guys, thank you.
We'll see you next time.
We hope you liked it. Bye.